KCAA.
And now, it's time for The Dating Doctor.
Prescribed by Dr. Carlos
And Physicians Assistant Steve Estrada.
Under my thumb, girl who once pushed me around.
It's down to me. Push me around. Woo.
Push me around. Ow!
Aggressive.
Do it to me.
My goodness.
People are into that.
And now
My
she
Lord.
is under his
Yeah,
thumb.
under my
the
thumb.
change has come.
Under my thumb.
All the tables
Isn't that typical? Isn't that typical? Let them know where we're from.
Hey guys, you are listening to The Dating Doctor on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 and 106.5 FM in the Inland Empire. And today our show is brought to you by MeetingSinglesNow.com, where we bring you the best events to meet quality singles.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Man, so we're back. Can you believe it?
I believe it.
There's
Man.
a lot of work to do.
I'm telling you, got a call from the FCC, right?
Per usual.
Too many t-shirt sales?
Per use, yeah, yep. Too many t-shirt sales. Too many listeners.
Too many listeners.
Right?
Way too many.
Too many bingers.
Oh no.
Makes sense.
Too many bingers, and they had a little revolt.
A revolt.
Yeah, because as I mentioned last episode, they don't want us on air anymore.
Uh-oh.
And but you know, the CEO over at KCAA, he likes that money. So
He likes the
Yeah.
money.
as long as we can keep it going,
You can't blame
money
him for
talks.
As
that.
long as you
money
can
talks.
Money talks.
Speak
Money talks.
dollar signs.
Thank
So
you.
this is season 3, episode 2. For all you random followers,
Random.
right?
Random.
Devoted.
Devoted. And because what is how many episodes? How many episodes to each season?
8.
8. Okay. So we are season 3, episode 2. And t-shirts are sold out. We got another box in this week.
The reports from the boys back in the stock room is we have one left, but it has a rip in it.
Oh.
So we can't really, at a good heart, sell that to anybody.
Okay.
So,
So I'm going to wear it as jammies.
it'll
Yes.
become Della's jammies.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, I heard that was a Sean Sneed autograph.
Ooh,
Oh, it's an autograph model.
really?
Sean Sneed,
wow.
yeah.
Sean himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might want to raffle that off.
We should.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
it's got to be worth at least 1,000.
Well, you know,
I think,
Pesos.
I think that's a low ball.
1,000.
Yeah, low ball.
It's a low ball.
he is our backed by unpopular demand guy.
Yeah.
So this shirt might have some very, very nostalgic value.
That's a true
I
story.
think sentimental value as well.
That's a true story.
And that too.
Mine belongs right next to Kobe's jersey.
Right?
Yeah, oh,
See?
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here today. So we're gonna introduce the audience today, our studio audience. So we got myself, your host, Carlos Mendez, and then we have our PA, Physicians Assistant Steve Estrada.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
There we go. And we have the lovely Della Lisi Kerr.
That would be me.
That's it.
Thank you.
Right?
Lovely,
Hello.
lovely and smart.
Oh,
And educated.
And
The
educated.
scientist.
educated.
Educated. The scientist, we
The
call him.
scientist.
Yeah. And then we got back on his fourth show, right?
I think it's the 4th.
Yeah,
Wow.
fourth show.
Yeah, showing some consistency.
Fernando
Consistency.
Tapia Morales makes it back.
Happy Sunday, everyone. It's
Happy
bright and sunny out here.
Absolutely. Happy
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sure is.
Happy Sunday. And then we got the professor.
Ah,
Right?
that's a new
Ooh,
one.
Scientist and a
I
professor.
like that.
Comes
This is
dropping
a
knowledge and wisdom every week. Hard hitting Austin Chamberlain.
Good to be back. It's always a
All right.
pleasure.
All right.
Always.
Thank you guys for being here. So, listen, the purpose of our show is to help all of you people out there, our fans, our friends, to best know the game of relationships. And it's not really a game in a joking way, but to know the game meaning to know how to win along with your potential partner. Everything should be win-win, right? That we do.
Win-win. That's right.
So we teach things that are called principles and how to apply those principles to help you to succeed in the relationships, both at home with your family and with your spouses or potential spouses. So the things that we teach are not conventional, they're not popular, but they are proven over time to have enduring success if applied. Okay, so, and again, we call them principles. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting subject that the PA brought to our attention here, and we said, yeah, why not? Let's talk about that today. But the subject today is online dating.
Ooh.
Online dating.
And we're going to dig into that and dig into a little bit of online profiles. Okay? So I'm going to let Steve take it from here, and then we're going to have really good discussion and deep, dig deep into these things, and hope you have your scuba gears out there because you're going to need it today. All right? So Steve, let's go ahead and...
we're going to dig deep, or as I like to say, we're going to tear these things to shreds.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Because if you want a good dose of amusement, read some online profiles. Now, this week we're gonna focus on the ladies' profiles, but in the very near future, Della is gonna bring us some of the guys' profiles,
Oh, yes,
so we can look
indeed.
at both sides of crazy that's sitting out there in the world.
I like it.
But what we did is we took a look at a sample of profiles that you find out there on the online dating sites.
Yeah.
And just, before we get into the specifics, if you haven't been in that world and you haven't looked at these things lately, I want to make you very aware of something that is a consistent. And what it is there's a lot of dishonesty with things like people lying about their ages, pictures from 10 years ago, or when you do meet these people, they don't look like their pictures, and so they're doctored to the extent that it's like, well, who are you? Because I saw this picture over there, and you look like a movie star, and now you look like the janitor.
It's called a catfish.
Yeah, it's called a
Catfish.
catfish.
And
right?
I don't understand it.
I don't either. I don't either.
I don't get it.
We're gonna
Because
have to meet eventually.
exactly, you're going to be found out as soon as they walk into the restaurant
That's right.
or to the coffee shop.
Yeah, it's weird to experience it because you're looking at the person and you're thinking, that doesn't look like you.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm going to be thinking about.
Yeah.
It's going to taint everything else.
Yeah.
Exactly, right off the bat.
Now, if you have
starting
any,
with a lie.
if you have any courage, you would say it.
Oh
Of course.
goodness.
Tell them, hey, look, I was expecting a little better.
Someone else.
Okay.
I was expecting
Someone
you
else.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was expecting a
Yeah.
woman.
Something else. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
So in addition to
full beer.
in addition to the dishonesty that you see, the other thing is that these profiles make these ladies sound like everything is perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the best job, the
Yeah.
best kids. They travel all around the world. They literally have perfect families.
Yeah.
They love everything, everyone. They love all the animals.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds so perfect, and I know that that's not real, but they're promoting it this way. And what strikes me as a guy who's looking at these profiles to see how I can fit into it, I read these profiles and I go, well, I know I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I know I'm miles away from being perfect. I have a couple of things to offer, of course, but I don't present myself this way. And this is not an uncommon theme for a lot of ladies' profiles. I mean, it sounds like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread when you read these profiles.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that's what's going on out there. And these profiles are from Match.com, and I know we can say that already because it's okay. This is a profile, a system that is very popular. In fact, this is probably one of the most popular, and people pay for this. You know, this
Oh,
is not
really?
this is not a free site.
Oh,
If you
God.
want to talk to people and exchange messages and all that, you pay for that.
Yeah.
So this is not, you know, a fly-by-night thing at all. And
Right.
it's been around for a while. I probably used this for the first time, you know, 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
Match.com.
Match.com.
So anyway, what I wanted to do was just share some lines, not the whole profile, just some lines, and just talk about what is being promoted here and what
Yeah.
you guys think about this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is a profile. I don't have the lady's name or any of the profile screen names, but her first line is lover of 4-inch and 4-figure hills.
That's my girl.
That's
now,
me.
Now, Fernando, you can explain this, but I didn't know what 4-figure hills mean.
I didn't even know what 4-figure
So,
hills
Fernando,
mean.
what the heck? I know what lover of 4-inch hills. But what is
But these are-
4-figure hills?
Four-figure heels would be like Louis Vuitton heels because they cost more than $1,000.
Oh, 4 figures.
Christian,
Four-figure
figure.
hills.
Christian
So
Dior.
Christian Dior.
Christian.
So first of all, I'm thinking,
Vuitton.
I don't know what
Louis
she's
Vuittons.
talking about, but
Yeah.
this adds to my commentary because,
Sure.
okay, she's got shoes that are over $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all my shoes cost $1,000.
Yeah, well,
First of all,
Of
so
course.
I'm like, am I even in this gal's league? And then I read the rest of the profile and I look at her pictures and I go, well,
So she
might
actually says all her shoes are $1,000.
lover of 4-inch
lover of,
and
lover
4
of.
figures. So I'm thinking she loves them.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can afford them, but she might want me to buy
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
of
Who
pairs.
is
Actually,
buying
that's
those
gotta
for
be
her?
said.
I know I'm not volunteering for that, first
Right,
of all.
right.
So I'm thinking this is what she leads with. and
Materialistic.
materialistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for a guy that knows what four-figure hills are, now that I know, Fernando, thank you. You're so cool. I'm thinking, I don't want nothing to do with this gal.
Right off the bat, maintenance.
Okay, so I wanted, that's her
High
opening
maintenance.
verbiage.
High maintenance.
Opening verbiage. Then she says, and this might be a little humorous, but she says, pretty woman waiting for her Edward Lewis. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Pretty Woman, she's
This-
a hooker.
Yes.
She's a hooker.
And she's
And this
waiting
guy
for Richard Gere.
Is a customer.
Yeah, Richard Gere.
And then they fall in love, and it's a whole, phony baloney Hollywood story.
Great song.
It's
I think we've used it on the show.
We should use Pretty Woman.
We've used Roxette.
It's a positive.
Must Have Been Love.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, it Must Have Been Love. Must Have Been Love.
Yeah,
When he
that's
picked
Is
her
that
up.
from that movie?
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
Edward
Oh.
Lewis showed up at the end in a limo and picked her up.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
only in
anyway,
movies.
I'm curious to know. Maybe she's a hooker, or she used to be a hooker.
Uh,
I don't know.
No, I think she-
right
I
off
think
the
she-
bat, those are her first two sentences.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking she means it more like metaphorically.
Yeah, no, I
Like
don't
her
think so.
prince to show up.
Yeah, well, then she would have said, my Prince Charming.
True.
Or
But she-
Cinderella kind
But
of
to
thing.
use
It's
the
a Cinderella
analogy
thing.
of I'm Pretty Woman and he's, what's the
Edward Lewis.
Edward
Richard
Lewis?
Gere, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I took it as odd, but I also took it as she might be a little bit living in a fantasy world.
You think?
High expectations.
I would-
You know, she wants. I mean, Pretty Woman was a great movie.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome love story, but
She
that
didn't
stuff
demand-
don't happen in real
She
life.
didn't demand four-figured heels or anything.
didn't.
She
She
actually
didn't.
didn't.
She didn't.
She was grateful to be able to spend
She was appreciative.
Edward Lewis's money.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
grateful
she was.
to spend his money.
Right? So,
Pretty
yeah.
Woman. We could have called that movie Lucky Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the first couple of lines from this profile. Now, this profile is a long profile. I mean, this is a short story here, so we're not going to get to the whole thing. But the next line that she shares here is, I believe, well, not the next line she shares, but further down. She says, I believe true love comes around once in a lifetime.
Oh, come on.
So is she,
Once in a lifetime.
so
She already
how
lost
old
the
is
game.
she?
First of all, let's
She's in her
let's
close
address
to
later.
50, I recall.
Later, we can address the true love thing, whatever true love is.
Well,
We'll attempt at discussing that. So yeah, make a note of that.
that's why I
'cause-
pointed that out, because
Yeah.
true love comes around once in a lifetime. What is true love?
Yeah,
I
come
don't
on.
know. What
Who knows what that
it's
is?
more fairy
Yeah.
tale, in my opinion.
Of course.
Yep.
So I'm thinking this gal is materialistic and lives in a dream world.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
So we've got a dreamer in expensive shoes.
Now, don't. Now, yeah, I wouldn't say put too much stock into to literally taking what she's saying serious, because remember, a lot of people are using this to pitch a false image.
Okay, good point. Good
Right.
point.
So
Valid.
true love comes. Don't using the unicorn language like that. First of all,
Unicorn
already
language.
we got
Unicorn
issues.
language.
Unicorn.
We already have
I
issues.
think we need to coin that
There's
phrase.
an urban dictionary and then there's a unicorn dictionary.
Unicorn dictionary.
Right.
True love comes around.
and-
True love's in there.
True love is in the
unicorn dictionary, DBA,
exactly.
BS dictionary.
BS dictionary. Okay.
All right.
That's good. I like that.
That's
So this is what I have in my head, and I'm picturing something that's not very realistic. Now here's the next line, and this is the one that just really gets to me. She's wanting to find the love of her life, and then she follows that with the one man that completes me. And
How?
that line,
Red flag.
that
How
line is
many times?
couple of red flags waving in my face, hitting me in the eye. Because completes me, we can talk on this one.
We can
Dependent.
talk about
We
this.
can talk on this one because, you complete yourself.
Yep.
Are you an independent person looking for another independent person to create what, guys?
Interdependent.
Interdependent.
How many movies did this girl see?
Yes.
She's seen 'em all.
She's obviously
Seen 'em
spent a
all.
lot of
This
time in
is this
movies.
is Jerry Maguire. Complete me.
Completely.
Well, that's a
With
turn
my
off
$4,000
as
shoes.
much as that, even worse than the four-figure heel thing.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
Because
don't.
maybe I
Complete
could
me.
strike it rich and I'll buy her a
Complete
pair
me.
of them fancy shoes.
Complete me. Okay, well, we'll talk about complete me too.
Complete me is it's not my job. It's your job.
Right.
Okay, so moving down here, wading through sentence after sentence of fantasticness. What is that even a word? Fantastic.
yeah, that works.
Yeah, yeah. For this, for what you're reading,
Okay.
Is that
absolutely.
unicorn language?
So
Yeah,
could be.
absolutely.
So the line here that I wanted to share is, after 15 years in a loveless marriage,
Ooh.
I would have to say that I want passion and romance. I want to be the only one that you see.
Oh boy.
Sounds a little possessive.
Oh,
Sounds
boy.
unrealistic.
First of all, what happened to the love comes around one time?
Yeah.
It's her second marriage?
Yeah.
Well, she spent 15 years in a loveless marriage.
Sorry,
I
girlfriend.
want to ask her, why did you get married in the
In the
first
first
And
place?
she knew love only came around once.
I got a thing. It happened at some point. She married, unless maybe she had to get married because, I don't know.
And if it was loveless, why did it take 15 years?
Exactly.
She's slow on decision making.
Oh, good point.
Or
Loveless.
He's been keeping her in $1,000.
Loveless shouldn't last more than one date.
Yeah. A cup of coffee is.
How
as
much
long as
loveless do you need
I
before
mean-
you want to, getting rid of it?
But if true love only comes around once in a
Then
lifetime,
how did
then
that
you've
get
already
messed
got
up?
it, girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was it 15 years ago.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're done.
You're done.
You're done. Remove the horn from the unicorn. Just
Remove
take it
the
off.
horn for the unicorn.
Take it off.
Click, click.
So,
So, guys, we're midway through this.
yeah.
So I
Okay.
just want to let you know
We've
we're
got
midway
6
through.
more.
We've got Della's got more over here.
This sounds
Okay.
amusing.
But the next line is this one really gets me. She wants a guy that has her best interest at heart, which I think that's okay. Best interest at heart.
Her best interest?
Her best interest.
Not our best interest.
Well, she says it's her best interest,
Yeah.
so maybe
Yeah.
she has things that she's interested in and she wants support. I can relate to that. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But then she follows it with this, and I can tell him anything without fear of rejection or dun 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 judgment.
I knew it.
Judgment.
Okay. First of all.
So hold a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold a minute here.
Yeah. We'll address all of these one at a time, but yeah.
So, guys, I think that we've got a couple of things to follow up on here. We're halfway through this young lady's profile.
Yeah.
I know we're getting ready to go into our first break.
Yes, we are.
So what we'll do is catch back up with you
Yep.
after this break, and we'll get into some of the details of this lady's not so impressive profile.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll talk to you in a second. Thank you for listening.
Sounds like somebody stepped on a cat.
Sounds like somebody stepped on a cat.
So, boss,
That's good.
I wanna fall.
Anyway, he wants to fall in love. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're back, and we're back, and I want to remind you that you're listening to The Dating Doctor on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 and 106.5 FM in the Inland Empire. And today the show is also brought to you by Elevate Health Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy. This is the latest innovation in the pursuit of optimal health.
Yes, sir.
So we're back on the dating site profile that we were gently tearing to shreds. Maybe not so gently. But the last line that we shared from this young lady's profile, and just so you know, this lady is probably in her early 50s, as I recall.
Oh, my
looking.
goodness.
So this is a grown up, right? Grown up.
Yes, she is.
She says, I can tell him anything without fear of rejection or judgment. And we all kind of choked up on the issue with judgment.
Yeah.
We believe in being judgmental.
Yeah.
We
Well-
want to have real conversations with real people.
Yeah.
And if they're doing something that we don't think is right,
Yeah.
either for them as an individual, but maybe for us in a interaction in a couple, we want to say something.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to do with this gal?
Well, we don't condemn. But we absolutely. It's natural for people to judge. Everybody gets judged. You know.
I want to say something. I want to be able to say it. I mean, say it with we'll say it gently, I guess, or not too offensive, but
We all have thoughts about things we see.
yeah.
If you're walking down the street and a naked person approaches you,
Naked?
yeah, in the middle of the street, you're gonna think, "What is this fool doing?" It's a judgment. So in life, it's a natural thing to see others that are different, if you will, and you make judgments. So it's not possible for you to want to live in a world that doesn't judge. So this statement that we hear all the time from people saying, don't judge me,
Don't judge me.
It's a recipe for stress, anxiety, and failure, because you will be judged on this earth. So the best thing to do is be ready.
This
will
is
be
more
judged.
unicorn stuff.
I was
This
gonna say
is not
that's
real.
more fantasy land.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Fantasyland
Yeah.
stuff. So she continues with her consistent performance in terms of just, not being realistic. Here's a line that pops up a lot, and I don't know what the guys out there are doing as they respond to these ladies, but this comes up a lot. She says here, let's get this out of the way. No matter how much your profile says you are worth or how generous you are, I will not have phone sex with you. I will
Wait,
not.
wait.
I will not
What
have.
the heck
What?
does that
Yes.
have to do
Read that
with?
again.
I'm telling you guys, I read a lot of these profiles, and I don't know what my gender is doing out there, but a lot of these women have to announce, I'm not going to have phone sex with you. I'm not going to send you nude photos.
Oh.
They have to say this because apparently
true.
guys are reaching out to them and saying, "Hey, can I get a couple
Yeah.
of this?
Yep.
Or can
They're requesting
do you
it.
do that?"
Can I
and
get
I'm
some
thinking,
pics?
what? I mean, I don't know what these guys are thinking
Oh,
when
yes.
they do this, but the ladies are having to deal with this, and I just think I wouldn't even put this out there. I would just ignore it and just treat it like the garbage that it is.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
that is not.
But she
Very
decided to
attractive.
put that
It's
in
not
there, and
attractive
it's
to
an
put out
ugly
there.
piece of the story.
Yeah, it's not
Actually,
attractive.
I think, Austin, you have one that blatantly lists every one of those items that she will not. I will not do this, I will not
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
she has a list of
A-
about 5, 6, 7 things that
Down
are
at the
absolute
bottom.
no-no.
No way, aren't gonna do it.
Well, and we can certainly check out that one next. But here is this is the last line I'll share with this profile, and then we'll go into a new one. Della, you have something queued up there for us?
Oh, you
Or
betcha.
Austin has one
We
queued
all
up.
do.
Perfect. So here's the last line that I'll share, and this is almost at the end of her profile. She says, "Don't take this wrong. I am very sweet, sincere, and humble. However, I am often told that I am the total package."
Oh my goodness.
And then she says, "Please
Oh my
don't take that as arrogance. It's not. I know who I am and what I want." So that's what I'll conclude with this young lady's profile. And I can only say that
Goodness.
if I wasn't turned off already, and trust me, I was already turned off.
He turned off the computer.
I
logged off.
I punched the computer in the nose. Okay.
It's a hard pass. Hard pass.
Hard
Yeah,
pass.
this is a
Oh,
hard
gosh.
pass. Yeah, exit stage left, right? So this is a typical profile, guys, and I wanted to share it with you for the obvious reasons that we need to be aware that people out there in the world that are looking to maybe date us or us date them, these thoughts are real. They're common. They're not out of the ordinary, and beware. That's all I can say is beware. So that's my profile share there, and I thought that was a real good example of the craziness. So guys, what are we looking at next to share? Because I've got another one here, a handful that. Which one do we want to go into next?
Well,
here?
I think a good segue would be to continue on the path of absolute ridiculousness.
Okay.
Let's
I like
keep going
that.
with ridiculous. Because let's face it, we don't know these people, and
No.
we haven't had an opportunity to ask them the dirty dozen questions. So they might not know that we're out there looking for principle-centered people. But nonetheless, as a woman, I feel for you guys. Wow, if this is what you've got.
got sympathy
this
for
is,
us?
This
Yeah.
is what you're looking at?
Thank you.
The most important, this one you'll notice is mostly a page, the better part of a page.
Wow.
Everyone here in
That
the
is.
studio can see that it's almost a page. And the most important thing, highlighted, bold, in big bold letters, most important thing in this woman's life,
Is
please love live music.
Wow.
That's it.
the most important
Ladies
thing?
and gentlemen, that's the most important
That's
thing.
priority one. For
Number one.
Wow.
Then, as
Well.
we read on, she says,
It's not character.
I like live
Where's-
music, but I can't be number one.
That's
I don't
number one.
think that's
number one.
Interesting.
She's moving to possibly Nashville, so I can understand that that might be a valuable thing to love live music in Nashville. What that has to do with anyone in Southern California, I don't know. But if that's the basis, the sole most important thing in this woman's life,
She'll find a lot of them in Nashville.
possibly.
She will find
But
a lot
you
of
know
them.
what?
Nashville.
We really hope that she listens to this show. Furthermore, she does have some really interesting things. She talks about, I volunteer my time. I think everyone should give back to the world around them. Okay, we would
cool.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is live music.
Live music.
She sums up her profile. Now, I don't know Match.com very well. I know
do.
of it. Okay, so is it a hookup site? Like,
No, it's a site where people are genuinely wanting to meet and form relationships because you're paying for this site to talk to anybody. You have to pay for it. So this tends to be a more serious group. And I laugh only because we just went through my profile with this young lady and I didn't take it seriously at all. I mean, it was silly.
well, this lady feels pretty much the same way because she comments that, lastly, I am just out of an LTR, long-term relationship. I'm a little gun shy. Now, we ask in the Dirty Dozen, one of the first questions, how long ago did your last relationship end? So are you available? And she says, I am open to non-monogamy.
Are you kidding me?
Not
She's
at all.
advertising that.
Wow.
She's advertising that I'm casual for now. If you want to rush into things, I'm not the woman for you.
It's a type
And
of
that
transparency.
I am going to sleep around.
That's what she's saying.
Right
Wow.
there.
Wow.
She's saying that.
And before you
Wow.
continue,
I know some guys
God.
that want to read her profile then. All those guys that want the
Yeah.
pictures and
Yeah.
She said,
sex.
I am going to sleep around.
I am open to non-monogamy. That means that
We're
I
interpreting it as
that
well,
means
she's
I
gonna
will
sleep around.
have sex with everyone I meet.
no loyalty.
That's what it says right there.
No commitment.
It says that?
commitment. Yes.
It says, I will have sex with everyone I meet? What?
That's what it says right there.
Let me see.
It's a
As
little,
an FYI.
a little paraphrasing.
As an FYI.
That.
Really?
Scary, huh?
Before you continue with that,
No, I'm done.
I
That's-
wanted
say
to I wanted
that.
to touch on we know the majority of people do not read or enjoy reading. So the fact that she put that much in it, I mean, I don't know how many people are actually going to read that entire thing.
Well, that's a short story. This
Well,
one.
this
This
one
is
is.
this
That
is
was a short story? Wow.
That's hundreds of words. I mean,
I
don't
can't
know.
imagine a lot of people reading that whole thing.
I'm telling you
Oh,
guys,
no,
are
I'm
not
sure.
reading.
They're
this.
looking
just
at
They're not.
picking and choosing.
pictures, and quite frankly, that's fine for her. That's just
Yeah, we
fine.
don't want anybody to read this.
Yeah.
If we're advising the young lady.
No. But then on the other side, I do have one more place to make a comment on another profile that's a little different. This particular young lady starts with, "Here begins the book. Do you have a cup of coffee?" That's how she starts her profile. So she's going to go in and tell us all about herself. And way down at the bottom, she mentions that, way down, like 3 or 4 sentences from the bottom, she mentions, "I couldn't have any true joy or inner peace without Christ in my life. He is my reason for living and the source of my smile. And if you don't have a relationship with him, start one now." That's the last sentence of her profile, but he's the most important thing to her. And I hope we have great chemistry, not she and Jesus, but she and them. All righty,
The person
I'm
she
done.
meets.
Well, you know, I mean, with the Christian faith, obviously, you know, she's a believer, and that's going to matter. You know.
Yeah, but going to Walmart with a person you love and spending time with is much more pleasurable than being on an exotic location with a toxic person is up there at the top of the page.
So the sequence might not be,
Yeah.
you know, approved.
This is revealing.
Very revealing.
Yeah.
And scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these
Because I'm
are.
sitting in a room with 3 single men.
But
It
this
makes
is
me
easy
nervous.
pickings.
Yeah.
You don't choose this lady.
Do you, Austin?
I don't look at her.
Yeah. Do you,
No.
Steve?
No, I mean, you know, no, that is not what I would call
Principal Center, to say the least.
a good profile.
No,
Yeah.
Good use of time.
no, I
Not
don't
at
know
all.
that. This reminds me of politics a little bit because it seems like people can say whatever they want on a profile, and there's obviously people out there buying it.
Well, there are, because this is what these profiles look like. And I don't know, people are just ignoring it and
Yeah.
just looking at the pictures or a couple of pieces of something they can work with.
Yeah.
And then going from there, because, you know, this stuff is very consistent.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It's
You know?
so incredibly superficial.
Yeah.
And the things that might actually mean something to a person comes down at the bottom of the profile, where it's probably going to be buried because, like Austin said, nobody's actually going to read through a page and a
Yeah.
half.
No, they're not. Not for the most part. Not for the most part. And it's actually amusing
It's
to look at these websites and what they put on there about themselves. Because half of it is hard to believe, and the other the other half you can't believe.
well, let's hope not.
So,
Let's hope not. So,
half is hard, the other is not true. So, I mean,
there's
Okay.
the same lady that does make the comment about volunteering her time. She also mentions that the man in her life, the man she's looking for, must have honesty and transparency.
Okay.
2 characters, principles that we discuss here quite a bit. But you have to have it as it pertains to her in starting out dating and or dating others. Tell the truth, don't play games. What does that, I don't even know what that means. I have to be, the gentleman she's interested in needs to be honest and transparent about dating others? What? I thought these were going to be, the one true love in a person's life. So,
Well,
gentlemen, take it away.
yeah, I'll tell you, Austin, you've got a profile over there, right?
I do.
Why don't we rip that one to shreds next? And let's
share this one.
milk these words of wisdom for every ounce of ridiculousness we can extract.
Okay, well, it looks like there are some numbers here, so we'll go through these. First, not looking to be a babysitter, mind reader, time filler, phone pal, text pal, mother for your kids, mother for you, or some similar position. That is the first one.
This is the first one of what? What she does not want?
Does not want to be that.
Yeah,
She does not want to be all those things.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a long list, and you're saying that's just the first one, so there's more of these
Yep.
groups of things she doesn't want?
Yeah, would you like me to go to the second, or
No,
should
I
we
would
break
not
down the
like
first?
you to go to the next one. No, but we're going to go to the next one. But I want to share something with you guys. There is an attitude out there, and this is another common theme in these profiles. Women will list a long list of what they don't want. They are so aware of what they don't want. And I get we have things that we know we don't like. But the list, and this gal's got how many pieces of these groups of things she doesn't want? Is there multiple in there?
It looks like 5.
There's 5 groups.
5.
So in that first one, there was at least 10, 12 things in there.
Yeah, there were several things
The
in there.
negativity, the negativity by itself, to me, is like overwhelming, because is there focus in there to any matching volume of words in a positive light?
No, certainly not.
There's not. Have you read this profile
Yes,
too,
I read
Della?
that profile.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody's approach is negative, 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 meaning I don't want, I want to know what somebody does want. And I want to know what somebody represents. I'm going to share with you guys my profile because I pulled it up on Match. And I have to say, I think it's brilliant. It hasn't done
Do I
it.
have to say that?
It hasn't done anything for me yet. But I'm not really. I don't think I don't have the trick yet as to how to make this stuff work, right? But this negativity is a common theme, and if people start with and launch their introduction to themselves with I don't want, I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. I don't know what's left. I don't know what's left. What's the second group of things that she does not want?
All right. Number 2, I see this one, but I actually want to go to the third one. Not interested in pretty boys, party boys, bad boys, biker boys, mama's boys, gym boys, fanatics of anything or any kind.
Okay.
Okay, so
Really limited.
let's do this, guys. We are ready for our next break.
Yeah.
We want to follow up with this one.
Yeah,
Austin.
we do.
Like
Because
that one.
I think I'm personally offended in the pretty boys comment.
Yeah,
I
can
think I might be
appreciate
offended
where
with
you-
the pretty boy. What's wrong with the pretty
I'm
boy?
offended with the bad boy.
Okay, guys, so we're going to catch you guys on the other side of this break. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, talk in a second.
Tony.
Wow.
Sorry, Tony.
Well, that
Sorry,
was a
Tony.
hit at least
Such
for
a
her.
beautiful song.
Yeah.
So silly.
She sold millions of copies.
Yep.
And
Is there-
we did it wrong. We did it wrong.
Broken
Millions were just returned.
Bro. Unbreak my heart. Unbreak my why people go there?
I don't know. I
They
don't
get
know.
in a relationship
So they write
hoping
good songs?
instead of knowing.
Great lyrics.
Hoping instead of knowing that it's gonna last more than 2 years.
Hoping.
No
No
plan.
fingers
No
crossed.
plan gives you these kind of results.
Nope.
Got to have a better plan than this.
We doing this first right here?
Yes, sir. So, hey guys, you're listening to the Dating Doctor on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 and 106.5 FM in the Inland Empire. And the show is brought to you today by meetingsinglesnow.com, where we bring you the best events to meet quality singles. I promise these events are coming.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
they
promise.
are. They are. And you know what, guys? I want you to check out elevehealth.com. That's ELEVE health.com. There you will find the latest in energy equipment for optimal health. All right? So we got Austin Chamberlain in the house, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about this last, what do you call it here? Bachelorette.
Yes,
Bit of
this
fantasy.
this
Yeah.
hot mess.
Hot mess.
Shipwreck.
All right, so we'll just get
Hi,
back
Janet.
to where we left off at number 3. Not interested in pretty boys. Sorry, Steve.
So you're out, Steve.
Party boys,
You're out.
bad boys.
Sorry,
You're
Fernando.
out.
Sorry,
You're
Fernando. Biker boys,
Sorry,
That
Kyle.
would be Kyle's
mama's boys,
Mom's boys.
Sorry, Dan.
gym boys. Another
Oh,
Steve.
okay, just don't like
sorry,
me
Steve.
again.
And then pretty much anyone, fanatics of anything or kind.
Anything. She actually said it.
Fanatics.
Of anything.
That's me.
Fanatics of anything.
Fanatics of anything.
So 7 habits. So I'm out.
So you're out.
Yeah.
If you're a fanatic on reading
You were
good
out with
books,
Pretty
Yeah.
Boy.
That's
Yeah.
personal
Yeah.
development.
So we're gone. I mean,
Yeah.
the 4 of us
The 4 of you
have no
are-
shot.
We're all
Pretty boy,
boys,
pretty
yeah.
boy, pretty
There
boy.
you go.
Pretty boy.
Where's so
Fanatic.
Wow.
She's really
boy.
narrowing
I
the
want to
window
know
there.
who she ultimately is going to meet because I don't know who's left. I mean, and this is only 2 of her groups of things she doesn't want.
That's
We got
correct.
some more here.
I would
Right.
say Toni Braxton, but she's a pretty girl. So,
She's a very pretty girl. So she's out, too.
but yeah, she's out.
Well,
okay.
But like we said on the break, the fact of the matter is she lists all those because at some point in her life she came across them. And that wouldn't happen if she had asked the dirty dozen at that first cup of coffee. But
So-
those icky boys were in her life.
so you think that the reason she has such a strong opinion to the extent that she has to list all that is because she's had some bad interactions with these type of people.
That's exactly what I think.
Oh, okay. So her bad choices now equal what she doesn't want. Okay.
Rather than working on her circle of influence herself and not going for those men. Not even,
She's-
she doesn't need to list them.
That's a good point, Della. She is all about the circle of concern, the things that are outside of her.
Yeah.
She's focused on all these. I mean, there are dozens of things on that sheet of paper that
Yeah.
she is concerned about.
Yeah.
And wow,
Many of which
What a
are not
burden.
character based, which is what is the biggest turnoff to me. Because if you describe your future spouse as a thing or a category versus a principle, it's a problem. In other words, she's not saying I want a kind,
no.
compassionate, hardworking, respectful, humble guy. She's saying I don't want a leftist, a mama's boy. She's describing these things which have nothing to do with character.
Nothing.
They're circumstances or personality traits.
That's right.
Like who has she been hanging around with?
That's what I'm saying.
This
She
is
must
all
have
that's in her
had some
mind.
kind of experience with these kinds of people. I mean, pretty boys, there's nothing wrong with a pretty boy. And there's,
I'm not sure what that means.
well,
I don't either.
do.
Because,
Like you
you know,
wear-
what's pretty boy?
wear
Yeah,
not-
yeah,
Comb your hair too much or what?
yeah.
From a woman's point of view,
John
a
Travolta.
pretty boy knows that he's good looking.
Good
and
looking,
so
clean cut?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Clean cut, good
Yeah.
looking, wears nice clothes,
Yeah.
wears just the right amount of fragrance.
Okay.
And so she knows that he will be looking at equal women to his prettiness. Oh, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
No, I
I'm
hear
so
you.
glad you didn't have to see
I mean,
that.
yeah, this is a bad
This is-
studio audience
Yeah,
today.
this
It's
is
not a good
I
mix.
thought this was PG.
We're
Yeah.
getting carried away with
Yeah.
the
fragrance.
fragrance.
The fragrance. But
Where's the cameras? Oh, there's no
yeah.
cameras.
No, we're good, man. Eric's not here. Yeah.
So
Cynthia.
Is Mac in here somewhere?
Austin, I know there's more here that you want to share with us. So let's give us some more of these golden nuggets, because these are the hits that keep coming.
Yeah. What is?
I think
Let's amuse ourselves a little more.
I think this one is very telling, and it is the fifth one. If you have to wake up super early to begin any regimen, we're not a good match.
Okay. Again,
Uh-oh.
describing a situation, not the heart of a person, not the character of a person.
Not the things that matter.
No.
And this is interesting because she doesn't want someone that may rise early to go
Work
to the
out.
gym,
Yeah.
or go to work
Go to
and make
work.
Read the
money,
newspaper.
Make-
I
or,
can't go
or
feed
read
the
a
poor?
book.
Someone
Or
that's
take a
disciplined.
walk.
Meditate.
Yeah.
Somebody that's
Milk
disciplined.
the cows.
Yeah.
Milk the cows.
No go.
She wants the farm, but she don't want the farmer.
Yeah,
She wants someone to be lazy with her.
Yep.
Maybe she's a big lazy
Don't.
person.
I mean, I don't understand it.
I don't
I
know.
don't understand it, honestly.
All right. Well, the negativity keeps coming here.
Yeah.
I would love for this person to come in to the show.
Oh boy,
Oh,
we've got to
we
get to
could
that
get-
point. We
yes.
have got
Why,
to get
why
to
don't
that
we
point.
do that? Why don't we invite
Invite these.
certain singles in Orange County
Hmm.
to come in and we can chat.
How about we have an event?
We can
And
do
we
that,
bring
but I
people on
think
stage.
yeah, we could do
And
that.
have a live show
Mhm.
with actual people who have volunteered. We'll give them a free ticket.
Yep.
You can come on in if you share your silliness with us
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
I think that's a hit.
Yeah.
That we got to write that. Make a note of that.
Got
Got a
it
note.
down.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should do it.
So
You know, because I'd like to know what their philosophy is.
the heck with
Or
this.
what the
We can
thinking
read-
behind this was.
Yeah,
What was the
thinking
thinking
is.
behind
Yeah.
Well,
that?
we can read between the lines there.
Yep.
If she's listing what she doesn't like, we know that she must have experienced it.
Guys,
right?
if you're listening, here's part of the advice here. There is not a physical aspect to which you should draw a line for. You could, yes, some people like, certain type of guy or girl, and certain type of height, etc. Certain things that they hope to have in a person, a future one at that. But in reality, look for character. But nothing will make you happier than a person that is respectful, humble, the things that we've talked about. Nothing. And so when you lock yourself into a particular feature, then you inevitably end up with the wrong person, because you're not looking for character, you're looking for the feature.
It's superficial.
It is superficial.
Superficial set of features.
Yeah.
And it could play a part of it, but a minor part.
Yeah, minor.
And I don't see.
I believe you should be open to dumping that part, that minor part, because you never know, if you're open, who you may meet that will sweep you off your feet.
Exactly. If she even so much as put in there, I'm looking for a man who's honest, who's humble,
Yeah.
who's hardworking,
Yeah.
who's compassionate.
Yeah.
If she put in those principles at all,
Yeah.
that's who she'll attract.
She might meet that
She
guy.
might actually meet that
Yeah.
guy. But
Crazy.
more than that,
Yeah.
I think she would have to have those things in herself. And that's where I think
Is that what we question here?
that's what we're questioning.
Yeah, what is she offering
Yeah.
besides telling us what she doesn't like?
Well, in fact, I mean, I'd hate to say to believe this, but the truth of the matter is that there are people that want what they're not. And then there are people that would be willing to change once they learn. There's fewer of the latter, a lot fewer of the latter. There's a lot of people that are not something that they want.
Right.
Willing
But-
to change.
But there's few that are willing to change how they are today once they learn. And that's what our show is all about.
That's right. That's what our show is
We're
about.
helping people see a different way, but this different way deals with universal laws, not opinions.
Correct.
Find what I'm saying here?
Not opinions.
They're not opinions. They're instructions on how to obtain successful relationships, right? How you do that? By being kind, by being humble, by being respectful, by being hardworking, compassionate.
That's right.
One
That's
of the
right.
things that has struck me about all of these is your analogy with the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of these is the tip of the iceberg. They're
Yeah.
not at all looking for
No.
character.
No.
Foundation does not exist with these
There
sort
is
of
no foundation.
superficial things.
Yeah. Features. What a word.
What's the other one that we saw in there, Austin, that you wanted to share with us? I love listening to this nonsense.
Well, we could go with the Meterian or the one after that.
I
one
want both
after.
of them. Let's
You
do
want
both
both?
of them because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one's better than the next.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, I'm a meat-tarian. That's meat eater, LOL. So if you're a strict vegetarian, judgmental, finicky eater, rigid, or don't like to try new things, we're not a match. 4.5. Actually, if you belong to the far left green, eco-crazed, recycling, solar-powered, tree-hugging, grass-eating, non-dairy, juicing, sugar-free, carbless, vegetarist group, we're not a match.
Wow.
I mean, she put all that together on purpose. I'm impressed she could actually spell that all out.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, I mean,
that's some creativity there. I mean, I don't even know some of those words. You know, again, she's talking about what she doesn't want, and she is really crystal clear on that. And as far as an approach to get what what we would consider a great relationship, I don't know how she has a chance. I don't know. I want to see the guy that has the guts to say, "Hey, I like your profile. Hey, you hit a couple of nerves with me. I want to know what nerve she hit with this guy.
Yeah.
I'd like to interview him. You know,
Yeah.
what are you thinking, brother?"
yeah.
And you know what I'm guessing? She's probably cute. She probably has a nice figure or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I
And
wouldn't
that'd
doubt
be
it.
about
The way
it.
with her demands, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, she thinks she can get away with murder because she might be attractive.
Yeah. And here's what I say. Away with you.
Away.
Is that
Away
what you
with
say?
you.
Be gone.
Absolutely.
Be gone.
Absolutely.
Be gone.
Listen, I wouldn't waste my minute. If I knew you were that shallow, I wouldn't waste my minute.
Exactly.
She's clearly.
I'd
not
rather,
open to things.
and this is
No.
no knock
No.
on anyone's mom or grandma, but I'd rather spend my afternoon with your mom or your grandma hanging out
Yeah,
and building a
absolutely.
friendship
Then this knuckle.
than trying to do something here.
That's a project right there.
Yeah, you are a project.
And
You will
and
be a project.
and a project that no one should engage in. Now, the people that do, they deserve whatever comes of it. Because I can tell you right now, it's not going to be happiness.
It's not courage.
Well,
it's
guys,
foolishness.
I think there's a consensus. We're not going to be dating this young lady anytime soon.
No.
So that about takes us to the end of our show, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate you listening in this week. Hopefully, you've learned some valuable lessons once again, and we look forward to seeing you next week on The Dating Doctor.
Yes, sir. We
Have a
want to say
great-
goodbye. And remember, what is the elevatehealth.com address there?
EleveHealth.com. ELEVE health.com. Check it out. It's awesome.
Okay, well, you know what? Love you guys. Thank you.
See you next Sunday.
And I'll leave you with my favorite song.